out the shackles of the responsibility that you are in the first class of integration as a first grader. Our hopes and dreams are on your shoulders. I didn't have any of that. And I think that's pretty good from my parents, not to have scared me out of my wits about, racial situations, being where we're from.
None of that should have been necessary.
It is my opinion that the South will comply with the decision of the court and accept.
I don't think there's any question about it in the South. People in the South are just as law-abiding as anybody else.
In the years since the Supreme Court decision in 1954, segregation was supposed to have disappeared. But in Mississippi and almost everywhere in the South, nothing had truly changed.
I'm against the niggers and the whites going to school together. I think that we as white people have developed an air of superiority over their race.
In a few places like Central High and Little Rock, Arkansas, a handful of black students were eventually able to enroll in previously all-white schools. But soon, huge numbers of white Southerners were fighting tooth and nail to preserve segregation.
The Little Rock Nine, we were glued to the newspapers and to the television. We didn't participate in it too much around here. I guess it was a little too risky, but we were glued to it and we talked about it. We were so happy that somebody did that.
Where we were, whatever was going on in Little Rock wasn't about to happen here, not anytime soon.
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers. None of that shit is on TV. You know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood. We the hood people, you know? Representation of black people, period, on the bench. Because we don't know who Clarence Thomas is representing. He's sitting on a Supreme Court, sitting on a bench, smelling like cocoa butter.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5. We live. Welcome to Hoodviewpolitics, where we go into a deep, detailed dive into politics from a hood point of view. I'm DC's own Rabbit Jones. I'm here with my man, the Godfather, just to do what we do, bring the politics the only way we know how, the hood style. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're new here, you don't know what to expect, but if you've been here before, you know what's going on here. We chasing MAGAs and coons. Don't forget about those white ladies and your Puerto Ricans too. We ain't forget about you. You know what I'm saying? Now, but welcome everybody that tunes into these boys off the streets. Talking politics. What's going on with you, Godfather?
I'm doing good. You know, just enjoying the day, relaxing. What's up, Street Conservative? I'm glad you're able to join us today. I hope it's going to be an exciting day for everybody. Everybody just get the knowledge that you can get, really understand what we telling y'all, because shit about to really hit the fan. For sure. All right, I'm getting an echo for someone. You hear echo? You hear echo? Nah. You got TV on? Nah. Let me see. Test. Yeah, it's you somewhere. That's probably you in my background. Test. I got you. I got you streaming off the TV. Oh yeah, turn it. Yeah. Now, what I want to do is say, I do appreciate everybody take time out, man, to listen to this podcast and take time out to even leave a message. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate that a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Especially people like Street Conservative. You know what I'm saying? We don't agree, but that conversation is what we like. The black conversation. You know what I'm saying, dog?
You know what I'm saying? That. Let me see. You still got the echo. Yeah. Put the TV on mute.
All right, yeah, there we go. All right, go ahead.
So, just what I want to do. We got a lot going on. We got terms. We got California. We got Texas with the floods. We got Epstein files. We got a lot to dig into. We can just pull up a plate. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I want to start with is the motherfucking floods first. Right? Okay. He started his administration off by cutting off, and I'm talking about Donald P is for, the J is for jackass Trump. When he came in, he called himself getting rid of DEI and all this shit. He stripped all the motherfucking people that was black in all these places, Hispanic in all these places, stripped everybody out of that, fired everybody. Even FEMA took the money away from FEMA. In a few minutes, I'm gonna tell you what FEMA is. But if you starve FEMA, everybody remember Katrina for all us black people. FEMA was one of the most important things in our lives at that time in New Orleans and where the floods were at that time. He stopped the funding. Now, you get floods, that's what FEMA is for. The government is like a government task force for natural disasters. And when that happened, they hit the scene immediately. If they don't have money to hit the scene, now you're talking about weeks and weeks of people trying to get there and people die for that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is just reality, though. If you cut back on people that we need to help people, and you call that fat and DEI, who fault is it when it's floods? The same thing as fucking Katrina. Who fault is when it floods? You're the president. You can't keep blaming Biden all the fucking time. You're the president. Flood is under your watch. I haven't seen no motherfucker get up and say they doing anything. I haven't seen the governor get up with the president and say shit. We ain't get there last time. Y'all gotta admit, whenever a motherfucker disaster shit happened like that, Biden was at whatever state that was with the governor, even if it was a Republican. You gotta admit that. Then y'all cried about him and Kamala going to the spot. So no, y'all in the way. Y'all want them to go, y'all want them to call, y'all want them to send FEMA. What the fuck y'all want them to do at that point? You know what I'm saying?
But for the viewers out there that voted for Trump,
oh my God,
and the FEMA process, they know what FEMA process is. Now, FEMA, when Trump was, FEMA is a federal agency that is tasked out to help with natural disasters. That's their real purpose, to help states with the natural disasters. But Trump is like, I'm going to cut FEMA because I'm not paying FEMA, because if you got natural disasters in your state, that's the state's problem. You fix it. That's your headache. I ain't got to fund you for nothing in your state. So it's not. So that's why he's trying to get rid of FEMA. It's part of his fraud, waste, and abuse in DEI incentives that he's trying to get rid of, to try to save the $2 trillion that Elon Musk promised that he's going to get when he cut fraud, waste, and abuse.
So exactly. So that's what I'm saying. If you don't have the money to save the people, how do they get saved then? Because if the state itself is underwhelmed by whatever the disaster is, that's what the government is for. You feel me? So no. if it's the flood is in your state, say it's Texas,
yeah,
it's in your state. So you hindered in that kind of way. You feel me? It could have hit your fire departments. It could have hit your police stations. It could have hit anything. It's in your state. Mm-hmm. That's why the government comes in to make sure you got all the help you need.
No.
Go ahead.
That's the logic part. That's the logic how it's supposed to work, you know. But technically, FEMA wasn't even introduced. FEMA was really introduced when Katrina hit, because that was a major natural disaster, and it took a lot of black people lost lives, it lost homes, lost everything.
No. It was already a It was already a FEMA. He
Yeah,
just
it
didn't
was
use
already.
it.
I said FEMA became more known
Oh, I got you.
during the Katrina process. So if you think of Trump, FEMA, all he sees is black people, Louisiana, it's wastewater and abuse. But you see what I'm saying? Because like I say, FEMA wasn't really known until Katrina happened. So when Katrina happened, what was there? A lot of black people, Louisiana. So when Trump sees FEMA, he sees black people getting money, getting saved, and things like that. He don't see about all the other constituents that's outside of that. Because like I say, FEMA wasn't known until Katrina hit. And what was mostly affected? Black people, poor people. Now you see the logic I'm getting at?
So it says FEMA is referred to several different things. One thing is the federal insurance and what is it? Mitigation administration. So that's emergency management agency. That's FEMA.
Yeah.
So that's basically what we just said. It's somewhere. It's more for national flood insurance people that come in for national floods, national disasters, environmental disasters.
What year was they established?
It had to be around when Clinton.
Because remember, Bush really pushed the FEMA process because Katrina happened on his watch.
No. You gotta remember, we already had FEMA because remember Brownie. Brownie did a good job.
I know.
What the fuck his name was?
I know. I'm just saying, it got pushed hard.
He was the head of FEMA. Brownie.
Yeah, he was. But I'm saying FEMA got pushed really hard because Bush pushed in a lot of money and funded them totally more during Katrina. He put FEMA on the map, basically. He put FEMA in everybody's eyes. Yeah, FEMA been doing this and that here and there throughout the world, but nobody don't know that's FEMA. But when Katrina hit, FEMA, then Bush, he gave them all access. He gave them every power they know. Bush did that to make sure that all national disasters are taken care of.
1979, Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
Federal Emergency Management Agency officially began April 1st, April Fool's Day, 1979. Jimmy Carter signed executive order. It's not even really, he signed executive order. FEMA is executive order. That's why he fucking it.
Yeah. Jimmy Carter, a Democratic president. You see, that's why I asked you when was it established? And then you see Bush, black people. It's made by a Democrat, a good Democrat. And, he had problems with his term. But then, like I say, Bush pushed it more because he had to fund it and give it all total power. But Trump saying like this, is feeding black people and poor people. I'm not dealing with y'all.
Now, part of that bill began in 1803, and they passed the bill, part of FEMA bill, in 1803, because New Hampshire had a town fire that was out of control.
Yeah.
And that's how it started. Not the whole thing, but they began it like process.
Process, yeah. Correct. Yeah.
That's crazy because, like you said, I never knew it even existed until Hurricane Katrina.
Because Bush gave them full access. Bush funded them.
That's when you start hearing about FEMA.
Yeah.
When he had Brownie up there, he said, "Good job, Brownie," and the whole time motherfuckers drowning and all that shit. He's still talking about good job and all this shit. Like, nigga, what the fuck job you talking about right now? That's why I don't like Republicans, bro. It's like, why y'all vote for these motherfuckers, man?
Now, that's so far.
Now,
so far as the flood warnings. So when you take away FEMA is just not just the part. FEMA is the rescue part. FEMA is the rebuilding portion of your life. Let's get back to the weather services where you get to begin the alerts to get to life-saving techniques and life-saving procedures. I was watching CNN today. The council on there said that the power went out at 4 a.m. They have one alarm system for the whole camp. It tells them when to switch classes, tell them when to go to their next whatever, lunch, whatever. It announces to everybody. It's electrical. So when the power went out, they had no communication for nothing. Cell phone service sucks down there. They've been begging to get an alarm system like the neighboring town, but they said the funding, they don't have the funding. So not only that, Trump fired on June the 5th all of the damn weather services people there. No, and then he fired everybody. The third, he fired everybody. He sent them a letter saying that everybody would be fired on Friday the 5th. You know, he sent the letter out like he always do. Blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. Now, like you just said, like you just said, he cut the staff budget, and he reduced the whole staff in the motherfucker National Oceania Astronomical Administration.
That's the weather service.
Three big ass words. Hold on, let me see. Do it again. Atmospheric and Oceanic Administration.
Yeah, that's the Weather Service Center. Basically, sum it all up. Basically, I just say the Weather Service Center because it's too long. It's too everything. Like, yeah.
He cut 600 employees, laid them off, and cut 40% of the pay of the people that was left. Of the people, let's do what we're talking about now. These are the people that go ahead and see the tornadoes, see the hurricanes, and get us prepared. Before, not FEMA. FEMA comes to save the shit. So FEMA is after the fact, right? We're talking about letting people know, like an alarm system, before, so you can prepare. He fires them too. So now we don't have nobody to tell us a flood is on the way, hurricane is on the way, tornadoes on the way. He got 6 people doing that when it should be 1,000 people doing it. So he overworking 6 people to do the shit. So that's not gonna get done right. Just the bottom line. Some of this stuff be like, I don't know, some of this stuff be so like, what the fuck? Why would you want to be a part? Me personally, bro, I never want to be no fucking politician, but I got respect for people that do until that's why I always gotta get to know who they are. Why are you a politician, bro? Because if it's not because you want to help people, you want to help people do better, why are you even a politician? I don't get why people become Trump don't give a fuck about people. Even people that like him can tell you that. He don't give a fuck about people. Why be a politician though? Go ahead, sir.
Is this? This is throughout history, except for Reagan. Any billionaire that runs for elected office only cares about profit. How can they get rich off of this office at the end? Just think about it. 40% of Trump's revenue has occurred while he has been in office. So that's what the billionaires look at when they running for office. How they gonna get contracts in the government? How they gonna do this and that? Now, when it comes to regular people, that lawyers and teachers and things like that go into office, they look at things how we see it in life, because they come from where we come from. So it's a different look at life. Now just think of what he's doing. All the people he put in office and political power, all them people are in business with him in some shape, form, or fashion, or have a business contract within the government. It's about money. It's about starving Americans and dropping bombs. You know why they drop bombs? Because money coming when you drop bombs. For the billionaires. Why? Because they're going to get contracts for weapons. They'll get contracts for boats. The military pays arm and legs for the smallest parts for their vehicles. The smallest part, a flathead screw can cost you $500. You see what I'm saying? So that contractor who is getting that screw that we can go to the Dollar Tree or go somewhere in the hardware store get it for 89 cents. The military paying $500 for it. Now you see how the billionaires benefit. Don't get me wrong.
Okay, hold on. Let's talk about that for a minute. The budget for military, right, is like almost 50% of the whole budget, right? All right, a person that actually was in the military. Everybody don't know. Godfather was in Iraq. He served his duty in Iraq and all these places over there in that fucking heat. But a person that been there, do you think the money by being that much, should it be that much first? And do you think is it being spent the way it should be then? Do you think it should be that much first? And then if it do, is it being spent the way it should anyway?
Okay. It could be. I think our defense spending shouldn't have a cap on it, because technology and science and what we have accomplished now in the world so far as drones and just technology in general, there should be no cap on our defense. To me personally, but I understand that we have to have a fiscal budget, which the military does, and any defense department, DOD, they have a defense budget. They make it. But for me to say, I understand that the military, like, they have a lot of. The engines are very expensive. It comes from a very expensive family. I'm gonna say that because I'm not gonna tell where it's made from. It comes from a very expensive family of engines. You know what I'm saying? But still, I don't think the screw that goes in that engine, should cost $500. When we can go to the hardware, when we don't pay $500, I can go on Rock Auto and probably buy the same screw for 28 cents. That's why they make the budget so big. Because these little individual contractors that's within them, that's selling to us, they charging the military triple to 110% more for a part that we buy on the street for hardly anything.
Okay, so one thing about it first, I agree with you. There shouldn't be no limit on how much money is spent on our defense. I agree with that, to be honest with you. But every dime should be counted for, every penny. If it ain't being used, then you shrink the budget down to what need to be used. As far as I'm concerned. So if your budget right now, the budget is almost $850 billion, right? $848 billion. So to me, if you keep track of every dime and they come out at the end of the year, you only needed $650 billion. To me, that should be the budget.
Tell him to bring it to me. No. Because then you got to realize the budget also pays for the military soldiers, their salary, the officers' salary. They get increases in pay because of the cost of living every year. So that has to be accounted in the budget. So you got how many service members? You have, I'm gonna say you have 500,000 service members. So that budget has to be kind of high to pay everybody. You know,
I'm talking about right now the budget is $850 billion. And what I'm saying is, if you keep track of every dime and you're only spending $600 billion at the end of the year, you don't need $850 billion. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, this is what the military do. October 1st come around, the fiscal year. The budget come out. They go buy everything they need: computers, laptops, anything that's make the defense better, like make the flow of our work better. So far as like maybe updating comms, updating this, updating that. You know, all that comes in that budget, and it's not a cheap budget. It's not a cheap thing to do, especially when you got to have 12,000 Dell computers for training. You got to have 12,000 computers to work. Every first sergeant, every commander, everybody has to have their own computers. Have to have all this. The ID cards cost. The SIM cards cost. Everything costs. So everything was just within that budget. Not even that. To build weapons, to build ships, to build, you know, everything is within that budget. So I can understand. Like I say, there should be no cap on our defense. But at the same time, like you said, if we're not using so much, redirect it.
That's what I'm saying.
But they don't do that. They blow everything within the first 6 months. And then not just the military do it, every company does it. When their budget come out for how much they're able to spend, they blow 90% of it in the first 6 months. And then scrape the last 6 months for the 10%.
So people don't understand right now. Like I just said, the defense, our budget, most of our budget is a defense. So that's whole bunch of money that's flowing through military, right? So therefore, when people be like, when they go to wars, that's their way of using the money and replenishing it, getting more money. You understand what I'm saying? They can get out contracts. They can get out all this bullshit over in Iraq and do shit that we don't know nothing about and get money for it. You know what I'm saying? That's when they can do all that shit. That's why I don't feel like, first of all, Republicans are the only ones that take us to wars and shit. We be over there joining boots on the ground with fucking Republicans every single time. That's why I don't get why y'all even vote for these motherfuckers. I don't get it.
Because Republicans listen to Netanyahu. Every Republican listen to Netanyahu. We've been to war with.
You vote for motherfuckers, not just Trump, all of them, all Republicans. Take us to war, first thing. Tax cut, second thing. It's the two things they do. Then they go golfing the rest of the time while everything is falling to shit. Then, right when they about to leave, they start blaming Democrats on how bad the fucking everything is. Because now a Democrat is now president because y'all fucked up so much. But now you give a Democrat 2 weeks and now it's their fault. Every time. This is how this shit go. I've been alive enough now to see how this works. Republican fucks it up. Democrat come in and clean it up. You blame the Democrat before he can finish. It's their fault. It's like you get half of the dirt up. And it's like, oh, what are you doing here? What are you doing with that dirt down there? It's your fault. You did that. Wait a minute. You don't see all that dirt they left? I scooped up a lot of it. You see that? You missed me scooping up some. Nah, you sit here with a pile of shit in here, nigga. You did that shit. The only thing was you talking about somebody else left a pile. That's what Democrats is now. They come in, clean up the shit right when they get about to mop up the last piece of dookie. The motherfuckers get blamed for it. They come in and bust in the room. The voters come in and say, that's your fault. Republicans say they did that. And the whole time Republicans shitting in there. Took a shit in your living room floor and just left. Here comes Clinton to clean it up. Before he can finish, it's their fault. Here comes Bush. Fucks it up. Here comes motherfucker Obama. Clean it up. And right before he can finish, it's your fault. Get out. We gotta get Republicans back in. Trump in. It's just the dumbest shit, bro. Trump fucks it up. You get back. Trump really fucked it up. He couldn't even stop us from getting sick. He was just on something completely different, bro. Then you get rid of him and forget why you get rid of him and blame the next motherfucker again. This shit is crazy, bro. And that's how the shit been going since I've been alive, bro.
But you know what? It's all the independents' fault. It is. It's always the independents' fault because they are the ones who make or break a president. They are. And it's sad. They voted for this. Like, they voted for this.
It's like motherfucker Democrats literally smell like shit from cleaning up their shit. Like they the motherfucker CA, what's they call the nurses come in and clean people's shit, wipe their ass and all that shit. It's like they come do that. The person leave and you come in the room, the person got shit all in their joint. He said, "What you doing all that shit on the floor? What? That's your fault." It's like, huh? I'm cleaning up their shit. Like, no, you did it. Like, no, nigga, I just got voted in. Hey, bro, that's how politics been working since I've been alive. Like, Republicans don't care because they know this person will come in, fix it, and put America back the way it's supposed to be, so they can come do it again. They rely on a Democrat to be a grown up because they know they're gonna fuck up.
Yeah. Or every single time they do. Every single time. Let's take it back to Bush. Let's go back to Bush 1. What happened? Iraq War. What happened? Clinton came in, cleaned it up. Booming economy. What happened? Bush 2 come in. War again. What happened? Obama comes in, cleaned it up. What happened? Trump comes in. We're in a pandemic. Hey, Trump, there's a pandemic playbook back there on that desk on the Oval Office. Make sure you read that before, we have a pandemic. Burn that pandemic book up, throw it in the trash, throw it outside the back, and guess what? We're in a pandemic. Because he refused to read it. Then we get Biden in office. The economy, bam, booming. Yes, rising costs, but economy's still strong. What y'all do? Cry. People come and take my job. People gonna go to school and come home. My child will go to school and come home a boy or girl. Come on, y'all, really?
Amazing.
Really?
Amazing. When we look back on it now, it is amazing the shit they believed. It seems worse now when you look back at it now. Like when you start saying it out loud, like, wait, they believe that shit, bro. It's even odder now. At the moment when you argue with them, we know we right. But when you see it now, looking back on it, y'all was some crazy motherfuckers even believe some of this shit, bro. This shit's crazy. That way you got Joe Rogan and all them motherfuckers talking about, oh, nah, something ain't right. Talking about, man, if a Democrat would have just put up somebody sensible, nigga, what? No, it ain't that easy, y'all bitch ass niggas. Not slipping away this easy, bro. No. That didn't make no sense. He had to tell us if Democrats would have just put somebody up, a centrist up. What? No, y'all push this shit. Y'all this y'all shit, bro. Don't try.
The best person was up there for the job. She was the president's vice president. Just move
this
her up.
This is y'all
one,
shit.
And y'all voted for let her go.
Joe Rogan ain't the only one. All them niggas backtracking, all of them, bro. Trying to find a way out. Ain't no way out.
Because you know why? But you know why? Only reason why because of the Epstein files, and that's what you about to get to next.
Exactly.
That's
now,
why.
First of all, before we get to the Epstein files, right? For everybody don't remember Epstein, whatever the fuck, he was motherfucker big wig in Hollywood and all that shit, and he had a motherfucker island. He was a rich motherfucker like P. Diddy, and he was a rich motherfucker that knew the laws and knew he wanted young bitches, and then got him an island away from America where he can do all this shit. He had secretaries, he had bitches bringing them hoes and all that shit. But the problem with him is he was a pedophile. He wanted kids. He wanted young girls. That's the issue with that motherfucker. And he had a list of motherfuckers that were coming over to his joint to engage in that child shit. And right now, we want to see the fucking list. We want to see who on that motherfucking list that was going over that fucking island fucking with those kids, bro. We were told by Trump administration before he even was elected that he was opening this shit up. Why he was elected? His press secretary, the motherfucking defense dude, FBI dude. Oh, damn, yeah, we gonna open this thing up. Y'all gonna know about Epstein files. What's the problem? Why y'all slam on brakes? What y'all stop for? That's what I'm confused about. Put them out. And the only reason Joe Rogan and all these bitch ass MAGA motherfuckers is mad and wanted to get put out and want the Bonnie bitch to be fired, whatever her name is, Bondi something.
Pam
They
Bondi.
want to get fired. It's because they think it's Democrats on that list. They want Biden and them to come out on that list. Clinton. They don't know Trump bitch ass is on that list
1,000 times over.
So right now, they blaming the FBI. They blaming Bondi. They want to see the list. They don't understand. Trump told them, no, you're not putting it out.
Okay.
They even got 60 Minutes disappeared off a fucking video. They not playing no more. They don't want y'all to see. Trump wanted y'all to see until he won. Now the shit burnt up some damn way.
Okay. Now, with the Epstein files, okay, all of a sudden, Pam Bondi tells there's no client list. Like, mind you, Trump said months ago that he got the client list on his desk. He said it's right here. The client list is right here. He didn't show it to nobody. But all of a sudden now there's no client list. This is why Joe Rogan is pissed. Because his whole campaign, his whole podcast was really about these Epstein files. These Epstein files. So for him not to get the Epstein files opened up, that's a slap in his face to him. Especially to be the FBI director. That's a slap in his face. So yeah, he pissed off. The whole MAGA base is pissed off because he told them that they was going to release the files.
And they're expecting Biden and Obama to be on the motherfuckers. That's their problem. They want Biden, Obama. They want Oprah. They want Jordan. They want everybody rich and black on that fucking list ASAP, so it can tear your ass apart.
But it's not
for sex trafficking.
And Jimmy would acknowledge
to no one. Like there's no one who's been arrested that she sex trafficked to.
And that's what Aaron's saying. Well, there's a list that's out. Who knows if it's fake? I don't know. It could be a fake list. Who knows? But Chris Tucker's on that list, and they asked Chris Tucker on a podcast, "What's up with you being on the list?" He didn't do what Jimmy Kimmel said. Jimmy Kimmel said it's a fake list. Who cares what that list says? It's fake.
Right.
Chris Tucker goes, "Yeah, I did go on that flight, but we went to Africa and I went with a bunch of diplomats. I didn't know who this fucking Epstein guy was." Like Chris Tucker says, like, I had no idea. We were on this plane. We were going to Africa.
Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, this Epstein list shit is gonna have so many people on that joint. You gonna be like, huh? What the fuck? And all they're gonna do, if he put the list out, they're gonna have to explain why the fuck you there again? Why you there on that island again? And you got to explain, like, I'm a journalist. I was taking notes. I play basketball. I was stopping here to go to my spot. No. This is a fucking Epstein Island where he molests motherfuckers. You on the grounds because of what again? You flew there because of what? Hey, you on the list? Now, you know, you can't get there unless you get on the fly list thing. You get on the dialogue, whatever. What's that called when you get on planes? And it's a
manifest.
You got to be one of those. Now, sign that. Now, you're not knowing he gonna get locked up later on and kill himself. But right now, you got to sign this. You don't know he's gonna lock his ass up later. But right now, sign this because you're getting on. Hey, have a nice day. Make sure the cocktail's right there. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, we got a list of all y'all crackers on this thing looking for kids. Now, don't get me wrong. If anybody black on this motherfucker list, they need to be burnt with the rest of them. Don't get me wrong. But I guarantee you, just like America, it's going to be 99% white motherfuckers on this list. It's going to be motherfuckers you be like, huh? What are you doing there? Niggas that been talking shit all these years.
Just think
about
it.
On that list.
Just think about it.
Guarantee you.
Just think about this.
We know Trump on the list already because he hiding it.
No, just think about this. Name how many people in the Republican Party right now that's been elected or as appointed that has issues that have been questioned about their either alleged rape or alleged involvement with teenagers or alleged some sexual act with something. Just think about that. Everybody he put in office that's been elected or been appointed has had some type of criticism about sleeping with minors or giving people alcohol, drinking with minors.
I don't like that because it's
first to back up on that,
to cover up their, like for example, the motherfuckers. Some of these people in this cabinet are molesters or people allegedly, but really got shit on them that people are filing on them, and they get to get in position of power to erase all that. Trump, orange neck demon ass, get in position to erase all his fuckery. Don't forget, he got 99 counts, and the bitch ain't one. And he already got 31 of them on his anus, tattooed.
30,
He's a felon. So you got the Pan Bonnie bitch. I know they hiding this shit, bro.
In February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that. Also, to the tens of thousands of video, they turned out to be child porn downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey Epstein. Child porn is what they were. Never going to be released, never going to see the light of day. To him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that. We can get back to you on that. And the minute missing from the video, we released the video showing definitively the video was not conclusive, but the evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide. And what was on that, there was a minute that was off the counter. And what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every year, every night, they redo that video. It's old, from like 1999. So every night the video is reset, and every night should have the same minute missing. So we're looking for that video to release that as well, showing that a minute is missing every night. And that's it on Epstein. Sure. First, to back up on that, in February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention.
First of all, it was a lot there.
Yeah, a whole lot.
All right, one thing is, she's saying it's a minute missing. The problem I have with that is, you as a motherfucker government official, the top, whatever the fuck you are, is up telling the world that it's going to be a minute missing every fucking night in the jail system. You saying that they have a minute missing on video every night? That what you just said? That what you just told? See, I'm from the streets. I can sense shit like that. I sense, okay, that's a way in. Already. You gonna tell me there's a minute missing? No matter what, every night it's a minute missing. Really? You gonna tell thieves and burglars that? Come on, bruh. Just that one thing there. That's all.
Cause that's their way to escape. If I know I got a minute every night.
Yeah, what?
Come on.
Why would she say that?
If I say now, I think she's designed.
But it is 60 minutes. 60 minutes missing is what the problem is, and then she said that.
I think no. Pam Gundy is the fall woman for this case. I'm telling you, they already knew what was on the list coming in. Trump knew his name. Trump knew what was on the list coming in. So let's get everything hyped up, just like Elon Musk. Oh, let's axe everything up, tear everything apart, tear the whole government apart. But who can we blame? He wasn't appointed. He wasn't doing it. He was Trump's advisor.
That's why I always blame Trump. I ain't giving a fuck about him.
Now, same thing with this case. Now, this shit going to handbags fast.
Oh my God.
Real fast. Trump need this shit off his ass quick. So guess what? Damn, money, you done fucked up statements. You done said all this. She's gonna be a foreign person to get out of that situation. And then what he gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna put tariffs on this country and this country. That way the ticket's gonna be at the tariffs instead of on that.
So everybody can understand. It was supposed to be files released when he become president of everything has anything to do with Epstein. One, it's two different things being looked at here. And I think Republicans are doing a good job of mixing the two things up. He committed suicide. And what the Republicans are trying to say is there's no evidence of somebody else coming in and doing that. And what his family and lawyers are trying to say is a minute missing, and they telling you that somebody murdered him, and they want you to investigate. So that's why right now it's more heat to pull out these files and put everything out, because it's a minute missing in between the time he was murdered or he killed himself, whatever one. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you've got the news people asking them, what about the minute that's missing? What happened in between there? And that's when she went off into, it's a minute missing all the time. Dumb bitch.
Street conservative, it may happen, it may not happen. Like if I say she's the fall person for this.
It's not really no point of fire. Why? What's the point?
Yeah, because she's the fall person for this whole situation anyway. So they can get the credit all to something else. So by midterms, this shit gonna be over with. I'm gonna tell you why, because the Democrats hopefully would take the House back and everything would be fine. We would get back to some type of normalcy. A little bit. Except for that tax bill that he dropped. Because the tax bill don't go into effect until after the midterm election. Y'all hear me? This bill does not go into effect until after midterm election. That way, if the Democrats take the House and the Senate, and they try to go up there and try to put a bill up, it's gonna get denied. He's gonna veto it every single time for the next 2 years. Understand what he's doing. He will have to be impeached for that bill to be abolished.
But my thing is, what American right now need the bill to all the way go through to understand? One, Republicans are heartless and gutless. They don't give a fuck about you or your family. Period. Whether this even hit them by the time they leave or not. Y'all should know that. But I don't want to take health care away from your LDS parents and shit like that. What else? You gotta wait for it to go through? You already know what their act is. You know what they want to do. So anybody after this that even open their mouth up to talk about a fucking Republican and why people need to vote for them should be look in the mirror and put 2 joints in their dism ASAP. Do not relate vote for another Republican for no fucking reason on earth. No. Even if you're Republican, vote Democrat. Just go in there and join and argue.
Problem that we have.
Don't go in there saying, I need him to be president. Because you know he ain't going to do nothing but war and fuck us up in the economy and trash us like pieces of shit. All Republicans, not just Trump.
I was watching, I don't know if you know who Stacey Abrams is, right?
Stacey Abrams. Oh, yeah. The white dude?
Nuh-uh.
The black
woman. That black lady. Right?
This is Stacey Abrams' lawyer be on MSNBC.
Let me tell you something. That she have given out the 10 steps of authoritarianism. And we may not even be able to be having an election come midterms. That's what they quietly doing. So let's see what he does. He gut out every single department that he needed to gut out. That's know how to operate the government. He fires everybody that knows how to run the government and put people in there that have no experience. Think of that. Now, he's going after the independent companies, independent lawyers, and independent things like that. And he also now, not only that, he's also going after schools, colleges, and universities. This is all part of the 10-step of authoritarianism. He's doing it early in his term. Why? Because he knows he has the power to do it now. Because if he can get rid of civil rights, not only that, we got a black judge up there that's trying to get rid of the Black Amendment, the Civil Rights Act for part of voting, where it shows where they can, every time they redistrict, where they look at who's voting and feel like that their votes is more superior than other votes in certain states. He's trying to get rid of that. So if you get rid of that right there, you're going to be able to suppress every single vote that people do from that point forward. So you're going to say, okay, I'm only going to count all the white men vote. Everybody else vote don't matter. I'm only going to count all the white men and half the white women. You see, this is what it's coming to. So by the time midterms come, everybody don't know who to vote for. They're too scared to vote. So they won't vote.
Our problem is we need people like Joe Rogan, all these motherfuckers out that joint that was pumping this bullshit. Not to be squealing around now trying to find a way out. Apologize, motherfucker. Apologize to all your motherfucker people that listen to you, watch you, that follow your jackass. Apologize for misleading them, bro. Don't just squirm out of it and be like, oh, Trump, he ain't doing nothing I voted for. I ain't tell him to do that. That's not what I said. He ain't saying you gonna do that. I ain't vote for that. He ain't doing nothing I voted for. It ain't my fault. No, motherfucker. It's still your fault. I don't give a fuck if you thought he was gonna snatch up people that ain't had nothing to do with immigration. That ain't got nothing to do with it. He's a fucking liar. You voted for him. What you expect him to do after that? Motherfucker. So that's not the way out of it for y'all motherfuckers. No way, shape, or form.
Period.
You have to apologize, motherfucker.
It's no apologizing. It's no apologizing.
No, people like Joe Rogan got an audience who he misled into this.
Yeah.
You can't just all of a sudden one day be like, that's fucked up what Trump doing. I don't like it. Wait, what? You can't go 6 months preaching this dude as God to your audience, bro. And then all of a sudden one little show in 2 minutes say, he doing this wrong, and then move on. Like, what the fuck is that? That's some bullshit, bro. You need to apologize, a whole show of apology. You bring in people from your audience up and say, look, man, I'm sorry, bro. I misled you. You got any questions of what I told you? I'm going to clear it up now. Oh, Trump this and that? I was lying. I was wrong. I was misled. I told you some wrong shit, bro. He's not. No. I need motherfuckers to do that. I need a Spanish community to look at the black community and say, I apologize because now I didn't listen. We didn't listen to y'all tell us, and we wrong. I need all that. I don't need people to all of a sudden just sneak and do shit behind and act like they. No. We need people to say they sorry, bro.
Yeah.
We can't move on with people just act. Fuck that.
No, it's too late for.
You can't act like it never happened. Are you still with this Trump shit, or you can't act like you never was, supported that shit and pushed it in? You can't. You got right now. You got to be like street conservative and just stick with the MAGA shit. You can't be a motherfucker that's, you know what, like Rogan. I didn't like that. Why are you doing that? I ain't vote for that. No. You voted for it. He's a fucking liar. So whatever he said out his mouth was going to be a lie. So you voted for that.
I just think that everybody who voted for Trump, all that I can say is you're getting what you asked for. Whether you think he was going to do the opposite, you're getting what you asked for. And you're crying to us, the Democrats, talking about we're a weak party, we this and that. Y'all can't do nothing to help us. Y'all gave the Republicans the red wave. What can a Democrat do but stand out there and delay what the inevitable? That's all Democrats can do is delay the inevitable. You voted for it. We got to suffer through it. There's no way around it. Period. There's no sorries to be had.
No. When I say sorry, it's for
no
people that you misled, though. Even black MAGAs. Like a black man that's voted for, that pushed this black MAGA shit. Need to apologize, bro.
Rabbit, it's no need to apologize because at the end of the day, you are a human being that can make your own decisions. You see what's going on in the world. You're a black man. You know how hard it is for black people out here. You know that black people are struggling. You know what goes on after every Republican that's been in office. You know you're struggling. Why would you vote for that? Because of what this guy said? That's your dumbness as a grown ass fucking man. So now that you ain't got no job because he cut you, so now that you ain't got to have no health insurance because he cut it,
he's saying Uncle Home somewhere they don't know where he went.
There's no need to cry to a Democrat. I don't want to hear no more crying to a Democrat. I don't want to hear no more blaming a Democrat for something that you all voted for.
That's another thing. I'm a Democrat. I ain't shying away from none of that. I'm not a wishy-washy, full-blown, blooded Democrat for multiple reasons. Period. Me and Street Conservative and No One Soul Brother and MAGAs, they all understand where I'm coming from with that. And many reasons why I'm a Democrat, period. There's no way you can get me to vote for a Republican for any fucking thing.
I'm technically not a Democrat. I'm an independent, but I vote Democrat.
See?
I vote Democrat. Now I vote Democrat. I'm an independent. See, now let me tell y'all something. That matters a lot. Y'all think because I say I'm independent, but I vote Democrat, it matters. Because there's a whole league of us, independents, like Oprah Winfrey and things like that. They all independents, but they still vote Democrat. You see?
So when you say independent, that means it's a chance you vote Republican too, right?
Yeah. No. Yes, true. Now you have your borderline independents. You have your Republican independent, and you have your Democrat independent. So it's like Bernie Sanders. You know Bernie Sanders is going to vote 98% of the time what? Democrat. He may vote there 2% of the time Republican, but 98% of the time he's going to vote Democrat, right? But you got some independents that's vice versa. They're going to vote 98% Republican, but they may see, okay, we talking across the aisle. Okay, now I'm gonna vote for this 2% on the Democrat. This when you're able to talk across the aisle to each other. Then you got real hard line independents that, okay, you got to sway them to vote for you. You got to be like, okay, what are you doing that's going to benefit me? That's the hardliner independence where they say, okay, I'm going to vote this way or I'm going to vote that way. So you have your set groups, but that's when you're able to talk across the aisle to one another. Right now, there's no talking. It's just Republican. Whatever Trump says, Republican going to do.
All right. The only thing about me, well, I say I'm a full-blown Democrat, period, right? And to me, I got like Oprah, like all these, like everybody you name, I got a problem with people saying they independents. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's going to be two ways we going here, Republican or Democrat, right? So when you say you're independent, that means you're susceptible for some of the Republican ideas. So to me, it's no idea a Republican can come up with because the gun's set on taking away women's rights. They're set on not doing a damn thing on guns in my city, period. I go another 30 years, they'll never do a fucking thing.
That's not how
those two things. Hold up. Those two things will not be moved. If they're Republican, these two things will happen regardless who the fucking president or Republican that's running this shit or whatever the fuck. These two things, guns and women's rights, will be cut, period. There can be so many guns in our street, regardless who the Republican is. To me, it's no wishy-washy to that. There's no way I can vote for a Republican where he got a good economic bill, but all that is coming. Take away women's rights and motherfucking guns flowing through my streets. No matter what the Republican is, who the Republican is, that's going to happen.
No.
Period. Those two things are going to happen no matter who the Republican is.
Okay.
They're going to take women's rights first, and guns are flowing through my neighborhoods, unlimited. If a Republican is in office, hold on. If a Republican is in office, those two things are period. If you have a Democrat in office, at least you got somebody that's not doing none of that, trying to keep clean air. That's something that's going to happen with a Democrat, and they're going to try to get your family health care. Two things going to happen. They're going and civil rights is going to be taken care of under Democrats. Flip side, Republican, fuck no. Civil rights. They peel back all civil rights. No matter what the Republican is, that's going to happen. So there's no middle ground for me. There's no independent. There's no chance of me ever voting for a fucking Republican for no reason. Because those things are happening no matter how cool the black dude Republican you swing to me, or black woman you pull up, or somebody talking slick. Those two things are going to happen in that party no matter what.
All right, now you finished? Now you misunderstand what I mean by, I guess you misunderstand what I mean by the independent party. We don't have, our values are independent. We believe what we want to believe. We intake on what we want to intake in. Meaning that, okay, maybe it may be a law that is beneficiary to an independent state that a Republican put up. Say like, okay, just prime example. The border bill that they did last year, right? Maybe Trump and Biden was in the office, they did a border bill that was done by a Republican, right? That Trump told her to kill, right? Now, as an independent, I could choose to sway either way on that bill. It's not about the president, it's about the bill at this point. For the independents that sway right or left, so like the Bernie Sanders and the Oprah Winfrey's, they're going to always vote Democrat. They're independent because their mindset is independent because of where they're from and where they're based at and where they live from. So their mindset is independent. It's not saying they want a president that's going to have the values of a Republican. No, it's saying that maybe some of the laws that y'all inputting that's going to help benefit my state, not the presidency. Now, when it comes to those hardliners, those ones who just don't know who to vote for. If I say you got some Republicans, some independents that's going to vote 98% on the Democrat side, when it comes to presidency, they're going to vote 100%. When it comes to like certain laws and talking across the aisle with the government and with the Senate and stuff like that, they'll vote 98%.
I know what you're saying, but to me, it's just no wiggle room.
It is.
Because one party's going to take away women's rights.
But you got to realize.
Let's take. Do you agree? Republicans, they already did it. Take away women's rights, right?
They're going to take away all rights from everybody. That's their job.
All right, so that alone disqualified me for even voting for their asses. Let's move to guns. They want 10 guns for every person. They want 600 million guns in our streets. Democrats put up the George Floyd bill. That's the shit I'm talking about. Hold police accountable for shooting our black ass. Shit like that. That right there is a stark difference for somebody standing in the middle and say, let me pick one. Like, what you mean? If you want women's rights or you're not, it's no in between trying to figure stuff out here.
No,
that's a Republican. They're gonna vote to take away women's rights. Period. I don't care what Republican it is, that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Do we agree?
Independent, yes, true. But
all right. So why would we be independent of that of a two-party system? That's one of them going to do that right there alone. I'm going to leave it with that. Just that one thing. Okay. Why would you be independent to that? Tell me that.
Listen. It's not that they've been independent to that. You're just bringing out you're just bringing out like just two major things. Now, some independents, they're going to look at, I want women's rights. I'm going to want that. A lot of them going to do that. But some of them ain't voting on just that. They're not voting on just women's rights. They voting on, crime, immigration. Oh my God, they're taking over our country. Independents see that, so they voting for that. And they're not just voting on the two issues that we see or the issues that we see. They see something else. Remember, what we see, the ads and CBC in our state is different from what they see in their state. You got to understand that. Where they live
No.
Yeah.
I want you to understand where I'm coming from, though.
Yeah,
I don't care what state you in. Republicans are taking women's rights. All right, let me take that away. Those two things, guns and women's rights. Just put that in one.
Okay.
What about motherfucking breathing air? Okay. Republicans don't even believe in climate change at all. It's a hoax. Okay. All right, what about that alone? What would make you independent? What's the independent to? Is climate change or not? Which one is it?
Let's stop. Then you got some.
You ask me. You tell me.
Let's stop. You got some independents that believe that. Some independents believe that. You got some independents that don't believe it. That's why I said you got to break down. You got to break. Yes. Wait, what? You got certain independents that believe that clean energy. I mean, doing what Trump said is right and stride away from. You have independents that think that. That's why I say it depends on what.
That's my point. You have to get in one camp, Republican or Democrat.
No,
these are the two buckets that's going to make the moves. Either you're going to take women's rights away, Republican, or you're going to not. That's a Democrat. You can't be in the middle saying, let me think. Because it's two different things.
Rabbit, you can't. But
they're not even wishy-washy things. They're two different things.
Okay, then you put that on the ballot. Independent party. If you put that on the ballot, independent going to say, I vote for women's rights. Just like they did in most other places.
Why vote for a Republican then? Now you see what I'm saying?
Now stop. They put it on the ballot. When they put it on the ballot, independents voted for it. Now, when you put something else on the ballot that's pertaining to them and their economy and where they live at, then it's an independent thing. Then they think that what's going to benefit them as their constituents do in their country, in their state. You got to think bigger than what everything is. Yes, women's rights is a major thing. Yes, DEI is a major thing. Yes,
right there. Women's rights.
So they're going to
I'm going to make a list real quick. Women's rights, gun violence, police violence on black people, the air you breathe, health care. Okay, let's that alone. Those 5 motherfucking things. Why you be independent to those things? Because we already know what Republicans doing. Snatching all that.
Okay, now think about this. Okay, all that on the ballot, they vote.
What's the independent part of this?
Now stop. They voting yes on that. Okay, I think independent is a person that voted for their own circumstances based off their state. You got to understand that. You have to live in that state to understand why they're independent. You can't just say why.
All right, name somebody for me so I can explain.
So like I said,
name somebody. Who
stop
like
and
explain it.
For a second.
Give me a person. Give me a person.
Stop talking. Oprah Winfrey for a second.
All right, stay right. All right, Oprah Winfrey.
She votes Democrat all the time, right? She always in the Democrat Party, pop camp, everything Democrat. But there's some things that's within her state that she don't agree with, or she agree with a Republican, and some things she may not agree with a Democrat. It's all about agreeing.
Okay, so that means it's a chance that you could vote for a Republican president, then, right?
No, it's
yes
not,
or no? Yes or no?
It's not about the presidency for that. It's about what can make my state better.
Wait, what?
Right, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying you looking at
all right, stay right there. What will make your state better? Can you breathe good air? What will make your state better? It's women's rights. Okay, do women have their rights in your fucking state? I mean, what are we talking about at this point?
See, that's the thing. Those things they're gonna say.
You saying states, but I'm telling you shit that directly go to everybody's state.
Let's stop. That's my thing. You think about individual states. The whole state, when it comes to president, stuff like that, yes, we want women's rights. Yes, we want this. Yes, we want that. But when it comes to
Republican.
Okay, let's stop. When it comes to, well, I'm seeing all these bees of people coming through the border, and Trump keeps saying we gonna get this, and that. All that outweighs all of that.
Okay, so stay right there. I'm glad you said that. So now, if a Republican can give you a shiny object and put it in a pile of shit, like the whole table was full of shit, and he put a motherfucking shiny object in the middle. Because that shiny object got shit on it?
Yeah.
What is the difference?
Okay, and he did at this election. So you got to blame the white people, all the white men, the white women, and the Spanish people, because that's exactly what he did in this election. All the ones voted for.
Well, we're on the same page, though, now.
So my point exactly.
Why you gonna be independent, though? I'm about to talk. I'm talking to you. You need to be a Democrat, bro.
It's a big
fuck that independent shit.
even black people voted for. Some black people voted for him though. My point is that
they was jackassery too.
But my point exactly, it's not about.
But use your example, right?
It's about the message that's being delivered. It's about the message that's being delivered.
Okay, but using your example, and like you said, all right, but I like this part. All right, the border. You said, man, but Democrats let them in. So you close your eyes to the fact that you're gonna take away your women's rights. You're gonna close your eyes to the fact that all the guns about to flow through the black neighborhoods. Close your eyes that you ain't gonna be able to breathe tomorrow because he don't give a fuck about climate change. But the border have to be whatever the fuck going on over there.
Yeah. And that's
again,
and
that's my point.
But hold on, and guess what? He told them when your child go to school, they don't come back they're gonna have a sex change, they don't come back a boy or a girl. And they believe it and they voted for it.
I know. Don't talk about that yet.
My point.
Wait. That's gonna make me just go sidetrack, bro. Stay on this third moment.
It's what they deliver to
that cats and dogs
what
they take you sidetrack, bro. Hold on.
What they deliver to people and what they believe, and that's what they voted for.
I get that, but in the end, you can't take out a piece of cherry out of this shit ball and think it's cool, bro. Shit on that cherry, bro. Take a bite. You gonna take some shit?
So, man, listen to me. If they gotta choose between women's rights, DEI, all that stuff, and my child going to school and coming back to the opposite sex, they're going to vote for that. That's exactly what they do, right?
All right, so all I'm saying, do you understand what I'm saying? It's like, if you saying you're independent, that means you susceptible to voting for a Republican because the border fucked up. Or because, like you said, you're whatever in your district. That is a problem for me. You are the problem in society, to be honest with you.
No.
Because you're not getting on one side. That's why when it's time to vote, we don't get enough votes to do the right thing for America because it's something called independent. Somebody sitting there playing with their fingernails and toes trying to figure out, is it the black lady or the pig? I don't know. I like the border to be closed. But you got to think. But my sister's rights going to be snatched away. Who gives a fuck? Border closed. Like, what are we doing?
But still, you got to think about this, though. Where you from matters. What you
is
go
the border closed?
No,
is he doing whatever the fuck he supposed to do?
Actually, the border has been closed. Really, it's been like but basically they did a hell of a job on the border. But no, but the thing is, it's the messaging. Like
that's the second thing. I get that part too. I just don't like independence. I don't like independence.
But the thing is,
I didn't know you was independent. I don't like you being independent. I just don't like independence, bro. I just don't like it. Because you ain't sitting on the pot and taking the shit. You walking around the pot and trying to find somewhere else to drop your ass and drop a load and walk out the bathroom and say somebody else did it. No. Get your ass on the pot.
No, I'm an independent that always swing Democrat. It's just that some like that. Stop. It's just that some laws in certain states.
I'm a Republican right now. What can I do to get you to vote for me? Tell me.
Stop.
Give me the thing.
You only lived in the DMV area. I lived in different states.
As a Republican, what can I get you to vote for me? Tell me. Give me a platform a Republican can get you to vote for.
It depends on what state you're in.
Huh? I'm talking president.
No, we ain't talking about president. Because a president don't run a state.
Wait, huh?
And see, now you're opening your eyes for a second.
Wait, huh?
Now stop. Independency. When it comes to independent voters, right? Those hardline voters are the ones who dictate the presidency. I'm not a hardline independent. I'm an independent that's a Democrat, that's basically swayed Democrat like Bernie Sanders. But there's some things in certain states that laws that I may agree with that a Republican has put in place.
For example, let's use Bernie for example.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't like Bernie. He vote, like you said, with Democrats, right? Mm-hmm. But then when it comes to guns, guess what he do? Vote with Republicans. So what makes him good for me as a Democrat, bro? If he gonna allow guns in my streets, but then vote for Democrats for everything else, niggas dying in my streets. Guns. How many people died before you pass a bill to stop it?
That's what I'm saying.
Because you vote with Republicans to flood the shit in my neighborhood, nigga.
But you may have some.
You're disqualified now.
But you may have some independent Republicans that may vote the opposite way.
Wait, what?
Yes, that's why you got that.
No, that don't even make sense. Well, be a Republican, and then you be a Democrat. Don't be the middle thing. It's no middle thing.
I said independent. If you, like I said, you got independent Democrats. You got independent Republicans. You do. Just like you said, Bernie Sanders is an independent Democrat, but on some laws, he vote Republican. Same thing, you have some independent Republicans that vote some laws on Democrat.
All right,
That's
before I move on, right?
But if I say hardliners is the ones that we have to worry about.
I get what you're saying. But you still ain't answered the question. Is it a way that a Republican can run for office and you vote for him?
Huh? No. If a Republican can run for presidency, I would never vote for a Republican. No.
Huh? I don't get that lost. I'm just lost on that one. That's why I say you need to just get in one camp. See me? I'm not lost. I'm not confused. None of that. It's nothing a Republican can tell me. A magic trick, nothing they can do can convince me to vote for their dumb ass.
Okay.
Nothing. So it's no independent for me. I'm just straight a Democratic for the blood, nigga. From motherfucking MLK to me. My grandma to me. I'm a Democrat. And my grandma had fucking MLK pictures up on her wall with the black Jesus.
Okay.
She ain't give a fuck.
Prime example. This is a prime example of a Republican. I have much respect for it. I kind of have respect.
Give me a Republican. Go ahead.
I kind of have respect, but I don't have respect for. Then the governor of Alaska, right? She hated that fucking bill. I hate that she signed it, but she hated that fucking bill. But you know what? Everything that's in that bill that's going to hurt everybody in the United States is not going to hurt fucking Alaska. Medicaid is exempt. All that stuff that's about to happen in the United States at this moment will not happen in Alaska. Why? For that's she took care of her constituents. That's what I mean. Some independent Republicans will lean towards something like that. She hated it. She said it. She said the bill is disastrous, but it don't affect her. But it doesn't affect her constituents.
But listen to you for a minute.
That's what
you're independent. Now let's think about this for a minute. You're independent. And you know Republicans just passed bills that what you just said was disastrous.
Yeah.
So to me, like, we don't have to get into details. We know his shit is disastrous. That's what they want to do. The shit they want to do is disastrous. Why are you independent of that? Why you still have your ears open to them? I don't get that, bro.
Because
that's the only thing that makes it hard.
Listen, our climate of politics is different from climate of politics of before. This climate of politics is about retribution. So if you don't get in line with me, we're gonna have a problem. So she said, well, you can leave my constituents alone. Y'all can do whatever the fuck y'all want to do with the other 49 states. I'll vote for it. But you're not gonna fuck with me or do something to me. It's about retribution. One of the senators even said it. Retribution is real. So the climate of politics that we are in is different from the kind of politics that we was before. So now, if I got a chance to save my constituents and say fuck all the rest of y'all, I'm saving my constituents and myself.
I get that. She should be fired for that, but she is Senator of America, not just a Senator of Alaska. Hold on. Once you're a senator, don't run for senator because that's nationwide.
No,
slow down.
She's the governor. She's the governor.
She a governor? No, the lady they was waiting for is a senator.
Oh, senator. What do you mean? She's a senator. Yeah, she's a senator. Yeah.
They wait for this bitch vote. She held. I'm like telling people they hold their votes up.
She's elected
to get shit. They needed her vote. Republicans need her vote because no Democrat voted for this trash.
Exactly. So guess what?
Therefore, again, no Democrat voted for that trash. All Republicans voted to fuck your life up. But he won't be independent and try to figure out which one to vote for. But that's another story.
No, but you still missed it. You still missed it. The climate is different. It's not about vote, bro. It's not that simple anymore. If you fall in the line in the Republican Party, he tell you, motherfucker, you ain't gonna vote, you ain't gonna do that, you getting primary.
The last guy that said that the bill, he said you get prime. He said he ain't not even coming back next term. And retribution is real. So the climate of politics that we're in is different. You can't look at it as Obama climate and think the climate is different. It's about protecting. If you can protect your constituents, you got to do it, or you're going to get hung. I do. Man, y'all don't know how much I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight and every other night we come in this joint, man. We appreciate y'all. We want to come in this joint, tap in, and let off some aggression and you know what I'm saying, some things we got going on in this joint. But I do love motherfucking the black culture. I would like to have it where I'm gonna put a phone number in from now on, have a phone number and put the link in there. I just want to have a lot of engagement with black culture around the world, really. Not only in America, but I do want to have that conversation. And the conversation we had tonight, that's why I be telling people since I've been doing this shit. And the reason why this podcast exists is I just want to talk directly to us, motherfucking regular Joes, average motherfuckers, niggas like me that just try and motherfucking go day by day. You know what I'm saying? We just out this joint. I got so much going on in my life right now where people probably not understand. But that's why I podcast tonight, because it was just so much. I just had to vent to get away, you know what I'm saying, from the normal thing that's going on in my life right now, you know. So doing this podcast for 3 years now, on my 3rd year anniversary, man. I just appreciate everybody that's been with us now. Got us 366 subs, man. I never thought I'd get that many subs on YouTube. I'm not a YouTuber, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know nothing about that shit. But I just appreciate everybody that took the time out to subscribe because you want this conversation too. You know what I'm saying? So, and I appreciate motherfucker Street Conservative too. He always come in, give his point of view or whatever we talking about, man. That's what I like. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm here. That's why this podcast exists, for the average motherfuckers to know, to understand what, just like the conversation me and Godfather just had, just for everybody like us could just understand what's going on and how to move further, you know what I'm saying? That's all. And that's why I just appreciate doing this podcast first and engaging with people on the joint like Street Conservative and Godfather and No One Soul Brother and whoever come on this joint, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody, for real.
Also, I think you should put like how you got your podcast down there. I think every once in a while you should put the suicide prevention number down there and domestic violence number, because right now it's about to be summertime and this is the hard time for domestic violence mainly and for suicide. So if you need something, you see something, if you need help, talk to somebody. You know, don't be afraid. Put away your pride. You know, get out, get help, because with that comes PTSD and depression. So get out, talk to someone, and get the help that you need.
Exactly. And I thank you for everybody, man. We'll be back in this joint. I'm thinking Sunday night, you know what I'm saying? Well, that's tomorrow. Sunday night or Tuesday night, you know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to come in tonight just to release some tension and shit, you know what I'm saying? Been going through a lot lately. And I was trying to tell Street Conservative, look, bro, one important thing is I bust my ass my whole life, bro, whether it was selling crack or working. And I never wanted for anything. I never begged nobody for anything until I lost my job and then moved to another state. So up until then, I felt like you, conservative. I don't need shit from nobody. Fuck that. That's my mentality, to be honest with you. I ain't give a fuck about food stamps, none of that shit either. But I wasn't like you, was like a motherfucker like get rid of it type of shit. It's dead as dead. But nigga, I was never on food stamps myself personally. Never needed none of that shit personally, my whole adult life ever. And once that came situation, nigga, that I had to make a decision to move to a fucking shelter. Nigga, you think I wanted to do some shit like that? And if it wasn't there, I don't know what my life would have been, because I probably would have did some drastic shit. You feel me? If it wasn't an outlet to just do that, to go to a shelter. Those motherfuckers like my bro, like Godfather just said, your pride and all that shit, you might not go to a shelter, none of that shit. But sometimes you might have to spoil your pride to do things to get ahead, just like he just said. You know what I'm saying? And I was in that situation. So I'm not a person that's going to say to advocate getting rid of motherfucking social programs, because I know one day it might happen. And that was never my mentality, but it happened. You know what I'm saying? Unexpectedly, you know? And I feel like if you pay taxes, man, you're not going to be in control of every dime and where it go, but you just want your money to be spent in the right spots in the right way for you as an American that lives here. Period. Would the motherfucker scam off the top? You don't give a fuck. You got health care and all that shit. You got your basic needs as an American because you pay taxes. And you got your mother, like right now, like now my mother sick. I lost my father almost 3 years ago. It's like if we had that option of a person to stay in our house and watch our parents in their elderly stage and help them, as Democrats was offering, that would help us a hell of a lot. Period. Motherfucking shelter helped me a hell of a lot. Food stamps helped me a hell of a lot. And there's a whole bunch of motherfuckers out there with food stamps. Some of them don't really need them and still on. So y'all can't just act like motherfucker these social programs are some shit that everybody just playing with their balls and playing the game all night. That's not really what's happening. It's some people working 2 jobs and still need food stamps, still need motherfucking Medicaid, nigga. Working 60 hours a week. So you just can't motherfucking look at it as motherfuckers' mindset is poor or some shit, because that's not it. Shit happens, bro.
Like, let me tell you something about a poor mindset. It's not about having a poor mindset when you only making minimum wage is $15.25. If you make a minimum wage $15.25 and a job controls you, say that you can't work more than 30 hours unless you full-time. When you full-time, you can get just over 30 so you can get your benefits. So everybody else that's working part-time, you working 2 to 3 jobs at $15 an hour, how much you think you making to pay your bills? I see it every day.
Yeah. It's called the working poor. It's motherfuckers working 2 jobs and still can't get health care. You know what I'm saying? Still, and everybody knew what I'm talking about. This motherfuckers out there got a job and a side hustle and still can't fucking make it. You know what I'm saying? And if you stop smoking that weed, that'll help, but that's another story.
It's like this. That's another thing about companies. You know, they want you to work less than 30 hours a day because they ain't gotta have to worry about adding you to their benefit
It's a
plan.
scam. They're a scam. Businesses are scams.
The benefit plans are so expensive where you have to go out here and look in the market. Let me tell y'all something.
It's scams.
I had a conversation with one of my friends. He was really sick. I'm not gonna say his name, but he had cancer and everything. And at some point, they stopped cutting off his rehab treatment. And I was like, "Where you get your insurance from?" He said, "I got it through my job." I'm not gonna ever tell y'all not to decline coverage, but shop for coverage. Okay, because that's why you have the Obamacare, because you can go on the market and you can get health care. Your job going to charge you what, $400 a paycheck based on which category you get. That's $400 a paycheck. That's $800 a month coming just for medical bills. When you can go into the market and get a plan for just $300, and it covers a lot more than what you can get. You know, the job plans, because Obama made it where the jobs have to offer it to you if you're full-time. That's just part of your tax cut, your tax break. The jobs have to offer it to you. But jobs want you to work less than the 30 hours so they don't have to offer it to you.
Yeah, that's why when he give you that no tax or overtime, you're not even going to see no overtime. So who gives a fuck about taxes or overtime? When the job, the company ain't going to cut you at 30 hours.
Not only that,
you're not even seeing overtime. That was a racist fucking joint. These niggas dumb to listen to this.
Yeah, but not only that, you gotta listen to this, y'all. Not only that, so you get overtime when you get 40 hours a week, right? 40 hours a week is over. After anything over 40 is overtime. So Trump gonna put it where, see, he gave y'all no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, blah, blah, blah. That's what they're about to do. If you work more than 40 hours in a work week, say like if you work 32 hours and you got 8 hours left, I could move that 8 hours to another week and make you work it. That way you won't get overtime.
And also you still have to file taxes now on your own now with those tips.
Yep. You find out on
you're
they're
not
gonna
even
take
listening. You're not even benefiting from that shit.
Nah.
At all. But man, I appreciate you, Godfather, coming to this joint, helping me out tonight. You know what I'm saying, dog? Giving the people this information. You know, I ain't the smarter motherfucker, but this is a war vet. And I am I'm a war and drug vet. So we ain't got two vets up here. You know what I'm saying, dog? They're giving out information. But no, I just like engaging with everybody and talking to everybody. Even everybody that catch the replay and leave messages, I like engaging. So I appreciate y'all a whole lot, man. You know what I'm saying? Check us out. We're gonna come back in this joint, most definitely, because Trump always doing some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying, dog? And we're gonna come with our angles. But we appreciate y'all a whole lot, man. Keep like, subscribe, and follow us, you know what I'm saying? On Twitch, Twitter, wherever we at, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all a whole lot. Hey, Street Conservative, appreciate you tuning in tonight for show. You know what I'm saying, dog? Godfather, you know, appreciate all y'all that contribute to this joint. Peace. Black and proud for sure.
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers, none of that shit that's on TV, you know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood. The hood view.